Scribbled on a piece of folded white paper, prominently placed at their assigned seats, you will find their reasons. At the police academy, it's one of their first assignments.
God's put this desire in my heart for a reason. If I can change one or two people's lives in my career, at the end of the day, I've done it for the right reasons.
Good boy! Run faster, man! Here he comes!
It bit them.
Give me your arm!
Hard. For the 6 newest Evansville police officers, the purpose for their pursuit did not let go easily.
My dad is William George.
My dad works for the Sheriff's Department for 28 years.
He's the chief of police in Princeton right now.
Not only make a name for myself, but also live up to my father's name.
Some were born into it. Others, like Amanda Epmeyer and Mike DeBlanc, were driven to it.
Oh, you jerk! Keep going. You got one more. You jerk!
We had more people getting in trouble by the law in our family than actually wanting to be the law.
In fact, one that literally just got out of prison. I've been there, I've done that, I've seen that.
Driver, put both hands outside the vehicle!
The purpose of life is a life of purpose.
Put your hands in the air!
17 grueling weeks begins their careers.
You got a gun, gun!
Enduring it shows it's more than a calling.
Put him up!
Blessed to get the call.
I wasn't expecting to get a phone call.
Smith, I need to talk to you.
I really didn't question it.
Immediately burst into tears.
It was emotional for me.
Officer Sarah Gibson, 28 years old, mother of 1. On the day she received the call, her heart was touched.
1 second, sorry.
22 years after, it was broken.
I turned around and went to my mom's work. She saw that I was crying, so she thought something happened. And we went to the bathroom, and I told her, and we both just overwhelmed and joyed and happy for the moment.
Being a middle child, Gibson had to compete for attention. But this daddy's girl always won.
Apple in his eye.
James Duke Gibson II was more than a dad and more than a cop. He
3 days a year
is her purpose.
I kind of become an introvert. I prefer to be by myself on those days.
February 6, 1992, the sky fell at 9:48 a.m. A C-130 military aircraft led the parade. A rising tide of fire and smoke swallowed the Drury Inn, trapping dozens inside. 18-year veteran officer Duke Gibson went inside. 18 days later, he was gone. Duke Gibson put the lives of strangers above his own and was honored posthumously with the Gold Merit Award. His widow accepted it on his behalf.
My mom's my rock. She is physically, mentally, emotionally strong in every aspect, and I strive and hope every day that I can be like her.
With the strength of her mother and the bravery of her father, Gibson has found purpose through pain.
The way he handled his stress and went on with things, I admired it. I wanted nothing more than to be like him.
Ready?
No. I don't have to be.
The physical training requires drive.
Okay, open your eyes, open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Let's
go.
The defensive tactics requires determination. And the 10 exams in 17 weeks requires diligence.
Do I just spray it on my eyes?
Yep, spray your forehead, spray your eyes, spray wherever it hurts.
But as far as Mike DeBlanc is concerned,
Terrible.
he's just happy to finally be here.
I applied for Evansville Police Department alone for 10 straight years.
For 10 straight years, he sought these 17 weeks.
Go. Drop it in.
Each flip of the calendar, a 22-page application, physical and written test, plus 2 board interviews. There was the blind hope and bitter letdown.
I asked myself, I was like, what am I going to do if this police department doesn't work out? And I didn't have an answer.
Some would have stopped after 2 times, others after 3. But DeBlanc knew he had to keep trying for just one reason.
I think if it was just me, I'd probably found something else and been content with. But since, I kind of took it to heart that I'm going to do it not only for me, but for him as well.
Private First Class Darren DeBlanc received the Purple Heart on April 12, 2005. It was an IED that sent shrapnel into his arm and leg, Before Darren returned to duty, former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld honored his sacrifice. But 3 weeks after this picture was taken, 4 of the soldiers would be dead.
Ready? Aim. Ready?
Mike was a pallbearer at his brother's funeral.
He was actually the first Evansville resident to be killed in action. So, yeah, he was my best friend. And I do think that's, and his whole thing was, he went to the Army, and he wanted to come out, get his college, and join the Evansville Police Department. And, you know, we talked about it. That's what we wanted to do. And so, as the years went by, after he died, I applied, not get on. And I was like, and like I said, I thought every year, you know, why am I doing this? And I think that's a big reason why I kept doing it. Because he would love to, and he couldn't.
Losing a loved one is a different kind of pain, sharp as a razor's edge, never to be dulled with time. It's the sting you live with, but never get used to. It can be pinned in a box or pressed in an album. If it doesn't break you, pain can shape you.
I think about my dad a lot and what he would think. I try to imagine what his words would be, what his excitement would be.
Gibson and DeBlock's losses were different, one while protecting his community, the other while protecting his country. The promise to serve and protect is a testament to how far they've come. What happened afterward is an appreciation for how they got there.
At the end of my day, I went to visit my dad and shared with him my news.
First thing I did after we got sworn in is I went to the cemetery. Told him I did it. Granted, I wish he was here, but I still felt like he was there.